Hey.
You're tuned in to the Candid Collective, y'all. Welcome back for episode 2, the unfiltered, unscripted podcast that's all about diving deep into the heart of what makes us tick. Not just us as women, but us as a whole.
Yes.
We're your hosts. I'm Aviance.
I'm Aiyana.
And we're going to take you on this journey of raw, real conversations and spontaneous revelations. Are y'all ready? So let's buckle up, let your hair down, and let's embark on this adventure as we dive into New Year, New Me.
Ew. It's not what y'all think, though. Not what y'all think. I'm not about them New Year's resolutions that we never keep up with. So let's rock.
This is not a podcast of New Year's resolution, y'all.
Absolutely not.
Going all the way around what you would think is a New Year's resolution. For me, New Year's resolution is really like...
Yeah, what is that?
Right?
I didn't even do one. I mean, I did, but I didn't. Like, I got some rules I'm sticking to, like, you know, but...
Here's my thing.
I'm going to break it eventually. Not like that on purpose, but...
Yeah, you will. But keep the promises you made to yourself last year. Right?
I'm being intentional. What do you mean?
No. Just keep the promises you made to yourself last year. How many things last year did you do that you said you was going to do that you actually did?
Quite a few. Actually.
One.
Well, personally, I think.
Okay, so the personal things. I get it. So, all right. Well, then while we're on that, let's go ahead and talk about, you know what I'm saying? What are your goals? Who are you planning to be this year? Who is Aiyana for 2024, right?
Ooh.
No New Year's resolution. We just want to say, who you want to be?
Who do we want to be?
Where do you see yourself at?
Wow. Where do I see myself at? I see myself refreshed. I see myself like in a new era, just like in a new journey, just new everything, and really with more expectations, not even expectations, but requirements, like all the way around. So no, I see newness for this year.
Okay. I'm with you. So now here's my question on, if you want to go with the who of our topic, right? Let's talk about women in general, right? And how we have been stuck with this feminine masculinity, how we're not able to be in our soft girl era, you know?
Yeah, shout out soft girl era, because we do want that. Like, don't get it twisted. That is what we want. That's what I want. I don't know if everybody else wants that. We have to be intentional about it.
Okay.
I'm not settling this year. This is the year of non-settlement.
How about the year of not being in the position of having to be masculine?
Or having to be masculine. Stuck in the cycle.
And even men put us in that, right? Like in your relationships, you go into a relationship, already they want you to do everything in a relationship that really, you know, back in the day would be a woman would do. Now we have more women doing those things.
Absolutely. I mean,
allow for rest. Like, we don't get to rest, we don't get to relax. How about I'll put my feet up and get my feet, daddy? You know what I'm saying?
I'm not going to disagree with that. I mean, I feel like economically, socially, it has landed to where we are stepping into areas where we're the prime. We are the independent. We are the one carrying the load. That role reversal type thing where more males possibly are staying home while the woman works and they're more of the caregivers and such not. I don't want that role. I want to be soft. I want the provider position. I want to just sit back.
First of all, your kids is grown, so you don't get to stay home and be mama.
Well, I'm just saying, I just want to stay home and be wifey, whatever it is. I don't want to be harsh anymore. I don't want to have to carry like 20 bags behind me. Like, I really don't. Like, that's just not what I want for 2024.
But is that realistic?
Absolutely, if I make it realistic.
So then that means you have to set some boundaries,
That's right.
personal goals for yourself, right? And what do those boundaries look like? Like
Ooh,
for
they're
you,
tight.
for me, boundaries are being able to say no. You have to be able to
Ooh,
know when enough is enough, right?
ooh.
Because I know I struggle with that word no. Or
I
being
do.
direct.
Or
We
being
talked about
direct.
that.
Cause
Being
I'm very
direct.
quiet. I will let a lot of stuff ride. Like I won't say anything. I'm more quiet at first until it just ticks me until I can't. So I'll hold it and let it ride. But no, I need to be more intentional in my communication. I'll
Definitely.
say that.
Intention, and you know me going back, that's my mantra. I've been saying it since last year: being intentional with me, being intentional in my
With myself,
relationships.
really. Just really, if I'm
Yeah,
gonna do
because
this, then I need to be for real with myself. Like whatever that feeling is, whatever that emotion is, whatever it looks like I just need to keep the real with myself.
but isn't that where
Honestly.
it starts? It starts with self.
Yeah,
Because you
definitely.
can't really put, oh, I'm gonna be more intentional. I want you to be more intentional with me if you don't even know what intentional looks like for
Hmm.
you.
That goes into that healing process.
Mm.
Remember we talked about that. Are we
Are
are
we
we doing the work to heal past whatever we were just in or whatever we came out of, whatever we're looking for? Like are we going through stages, in healing our minds with stuff, healing our emotions with things? Are we taking that time, male and female? Like it's not just a female thing that we always have to be the healing ones. Like males need healing too. Males need
Males
to
need
get
help, and
over.
males don't. Here's the thing, though. So, yeah, let's be realistic in this. We have
Here we go.
created, we have created such a society where it's not
Yeah.
okay for for our men
Yeah.
to deal with healing and to go therapy. How about that? Let's talk about therapy there. You
Oh,
know what I'm saying? There's so many things that we have made it a stigma, or we made it like, oh, it's not okay. He's soft. He's too feminine. He's too
oh yeah,
metro.
yeah,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying? All
yeah,
of
yeah.
these
All that, all
things.
that, all that, all that
Yeah.
nonsense. Because most definitely do I feel like males and females can benefit from therapy. Like nothing is weak about that. Nothing is weak about someone wanting to figure out themselves or heal from trauma or whatever they're going through.
Exactly. And a lot
As
of
a
times,
human, as a
a lot of
person.
times we hop into new situations without healing first. Because I mean, I'm guilty of that, right? You're like, hey, and then you on to the next, and you haven't really dealt with the thing that caused the mess up in the previous situation.
True
Relationships are a
enough.
big one. We jump from relationship to relationship without healing first. And then
Without
we want to
healing
look at
first.
the person and be like, oh, we talked about this one too. We want to look at that person and talk about how we are putting past traumas into our new relationships, onto that new person.
Oh, the whole baggage. What's
Hmm.
Erica Badu bag lady? Yeah, bringing all that extra. Yes, ma'am. I don't want to bring it, and I try not to bring that into new relationships. Like I really don't want to bring my old stuff in anymore. Even though I may have some trauma, I don't want that trauma to affect what's coming forth for me or
A lot of
whatever
times,
and not even just trauma. It's not always even trauma too, y'all. Like it's just whatever you've been through. Like I don't want necessarily those things to always affect what I'm going forward to. So
so that means you have to be conscious and aware of those things, and it's a constant work, right? Because a lot of times you don't even realize you're doing it until it's too late.
yeah, we
Like I
don't.
think about I think about those things all the time. Like, I don't you don't realize you're projecting what you've been through onto the next until it's too late. Until you're like, dang, like why he why he walk out? Like, because men walk out too,
Oh,
mentally, just
they
like they say
do.
women check out. You know what I'm saying? Like, what I'm not gonna do is put up with you in all your spirits. How about
In
that?
all your spirits,
All
you
your
know what I'm
spirits.
saying? As much as I'm just like, I just want you to love me and all 20 people in me in this mother
Yeah.
jugger. It's
That's
they're not obligated to do so. Like I have to be able to put out what I'm projecting to take in. Like if I need you to put up with all this, I know that I'm gonna have to put up with some of this too. That's the 50-50 to me. That's where I see the balance mode at. That's where I see the compromise in making something work. But I don't want to necessarily just, you know, individualize.
so tell me this. Personally, what are you going to do differently now? I ain't going to say this year, right? Because this should be an ongoing thing with yourself. What are you going to do differently so that you're not repeating the same cycles?
Well, I think I've already started changing some things not to repeat the same cycles. Different circles, starting for one, how my movements are, just the different people that I'm around, and really just sticking to what I set forth to say and do. If I said this is what I'm sticking to, then this is what I'm sticking to. I think I'm more disciplined, or I'm trying to be more disciplined at what I'm saying and being more strategic with it. Not necessarily just
Yeah.
intentional, but being strategic with it. Like, let me write this down. Everybody I
Yeah.
talk to, I'm like, y'all, I sleep with notebooks and books because I do. This is what you're gonna see on the other side of my bed, because that is what I do. That's my strategy, though. That may not work for everybody else, but for me, I write my stuff down. I'm up. I'm looking. Because that's what I need to move forth. These are the things. These are the tools that I say that I need for me, to get where I'm going or to get what I'm looking
I
for this
totally,
year.
I'm with you there. Strategy is good. Um, for me, wow. I don't know because I say this all the time, like, okay, I'm being more intentional. I don't want to repeat this cycle. And somehow it still comes back around,
But
even
that's where we have to
unintentionally.
break it at. That's the we don't let it come back around. You know what I mean? Like I just said that I have 30 days to evaluate. January, that's how I go into the new year. That's my evaluation. Like, okay, we're going to go into the new year. What are we looking at? What am I about to do? Like what's going to happen for the rest of the year? This is my evaluation period. What didn't work last year, cuz what I'm not going to do is go back and do what I did last year. That whole looking backwards, yeah, I meant that. I'm not coming back. Like I'm not playing.
You are
Like I
not
don't want to be
turning to
salt,
sand.
sand, none of that, whatever,
You ain't
whatever.
turning to
It won't be
sand.
me. I'm not looking back. I don't like to repeat. Like if it didn't work the first go round, then it just may not work that second go round. Like I don't want to keep wasting my time where something's not working at. And so, just really, and that's too time. We can't get that back. So I
Right.
want to be better with that. I'm constantly reminded how I have to respect people's time because it's so
Ooh,
important.
ooh,
Even
yes.
today, I was like, "Oh my God, I'm running late." And
Ooh,
and my son looked at me. He was like, "That's what they talking about, Mom. You always
yeah.
late." I was like, "God,
Yana
girl,
and
I'm always
time.
late." But I am, But I'm trying to be more better with my time because that's important. I don't get these moments back. I don't get these seconds back. I don't get to redo this. I don't get those do overs like this anymore. So
But you know
my
what
time is
though?
important.
I try not to throw the whole horoscope thing out there all the time, but I haven't met a Leo yet that was on time, girl. Like y'all
We
be late.
lions. We just, we be
Here's the thing.
lollygagging. We
You ain't
strolling
even
through the jungle. We on
no
our way
man.
though, boo.
No. Looking
I
at
get there.
everything, prancing, like no, no ma'am. Like y'all gonna be late to y'all's own funeral. You ain't even gotta worry about y'all show up. The time might say 7 p.m., but she won't be
All
there
my
till
clocks
8.
are set early. I promise, but I
No.
always make it. I do. I be there. I'm coming.
No, but you'll look at your phone and be like, ooh, and then
But I don't want my relationships to be like that, and I don't want whatever my businesses look like. I don't want it to be that. And if I keep setting that pattern, that's what it's gonna fall like. Like I can't be late to my business meetings. Well, that's what I don't play about. But like certain things, I'm lackey in that I need to do better in if this is what I'm asking for. So again, I can't keep asking for all these things, top tier this, if I'm not putting that top tier out, or at least working towards that. um, I got to do the work. That's my mantra this year. This is the do the work year.
has to be. There's no other options. Nothing else is acceptable at that point. And just going back to being, you talked about that, hitting on that, being self-aware. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely self
Because
aware.
I wake up in the morning and I tell myself, everybody has an affirmation, or I have this affirmation, you know, go out and be a bad bee today, and woo, woo, that that's not me. I am not her. I ain't going out every day to be a bad bee. My
I
thing
don't know. You
is,
might can catch me like that about 10 o'clock though. About 6 done now. I'm gonna be talking to myself.
yeah, I'm gonna talk to myself, but I ain't gonna be saying that. But for me, self awareness it looks different. You know what I'm saying? Like I have to remind myself of, you know what? No. of you've overcome this, you've did this, so now you go and
Yeah.
conquer this, moving forward, as opposed to everybody else's. Everybody got a thing. My thing is just I'm not a bad bee. I'm Aviance. You know what I'm saying?
I know, right? Like, dang. I know I got flaws and stuff. I'm just saying,
All of
though.
it, all
I
of
just
it.
need y'all to
Accept
love me
it.
like how I am with my flaws and all that good stuff. Shoot.
Huh? We don't even want to talk about that. We won't talk about that.
Even when I'm
So
wrong. Shoot. The whole shebang. But
the
anywho,
whole thing, the whole thing.
So
So
yeah, that's where we at.
that's where you at.
That's where we at.
That's your New Year's mantra.
That's where we at. I was gonna say something slick, and then I thought about it, and I was like, yeah, I better not. I better not. I better hold that thought. So but
Well,
yeah, that's where I'm at moving forward.
all right. Sounds good to me, I guess. I mean, like I said, it's all about. So when you think about our
And I'm
episode
picky
today,
too. Ooh, I just had. Wait, can we back up? Cause I just had this conversation. Toy was at my friend girl was at my house today,
mm-hmm.
and we was
Uh-oh,
we was
that's why you
talking.
was late talking.
That was not why. I just was trying to get it together. But anywho, we had this conversation about having like multiple friends or like dating multiple people and things like that. And she was just like, I want to date more than one. And you should, I guess. I mean, if that's what works for you. Some people feel that, hey, you don't get to concentrate, necessarily, or not necessarily concentrate, but focus on um, your relationship or focus on the dating mechanism of that.
So
Um,
now I have a question there. So before you move past that, because isn't that what dating is? I
is
mean, like
getting
to
to
be
know
honest, like
people or getting to
exactly,
know,
like until you're in a relationship, you're dating. That means that it's, and I'm
but
not
are
saying
you
this is
giving your full
me, but this
percent?
is this is what I've heard. This is what I've heard the concept, right? Like I've heard many people talk about this, and I've heard it come out saying that when you're dating, that means it's okay to have dinner with this guy and to get to know this person. Now, we talk about monogamy. Now we start getting into the sexual side of things, and you start getting into,
Okay.
okay, now I'm seeing something with this one person. Let me focus on that
Right.
one, as opposed to many. That's different. But while you're dating, I mean, what you gonna do? Okay, well, I met Joe Blow. We dating, and now you're gonna just let 6 months ago and find out Joe Blow wasn't crap. That's a tough one, huh? It's a tough one. I mean, like really, when you think about it, right? So the dating process is, hey, I'm gonna go to dinner over here. I don't mean I'm gonna have sex with this person, but all right,
Right.
I wanna see. Maybe he's worth
Right.
going further with. Maybe she's worth going forward with. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Okay,
that's
but
just
when
kind of
but
some
when
of
do we
the.
know that? One date, two date, shoot, one phone call, two phone call?
Is it
Cause
a feeling?
I
It
don't
might be a
know. For me, I
feeling.
know quickly. Like if I can vibe with you or not, I'm knowing instantly. If not, nope. And that's what I was telling her. Like I'm really short on entertaining something that I know is not gonna move forward. Like even in and that's in anything, business, my job, all that. I like I said, January was evaluation, even with the work. Like who says that I want to keep doing this? Like does this even really work for me? So no, again, evaluating all that. Does this even work? So no, that I don't know. Mm-mm. Mm.
Yeah, that's a touchy subject. But again, I go back to, and see, and so you hit on it. Like that made sense. You just said quickly if it's somebody that you want to move forward with. So you're not really wasting your time in
I'm
dating. So
not
if I
wasting the time.
if I can you can know from a phone call. I
I
can
feel
know
like I'm
from
short
lack
when
of
it comes to that.
consistency.
I'm real short with that. Like, yeah, we might can make a lunch, we might can make a dinner, but I'm gonna know by that time if this is something I want to entertain or not.
Well, and I can get like that even with texting somebody. If you're inconsistent, I have no time. I have no I don't here's the thing is I am over the hill, right? We're gonna just say that we ain't gonna throw the ages out there, but you know what I'm saying? I have been on this earth a little while. So I don't have time to wait for you to decide if you
Right.
want to be consistent. I'm a woman, I want to be pursued. I want all of that. You know what I'm saying? I've heard men
All
tell
of
me that they want to
that.
be pursued. I was like, what the heck? When did
All
this
of that.
change? Who chasing men? Like what? Like you want me to chase you and do what?
I know, right? And
I
not
am.
saying that we're not supposed to chase or compliment or, be like, ooh, my eyes might have looked, I might have thought that in my head or whatever the case. But what happened to the courtship, as I call it? I'm always be like, dang, can I just get courted or something? Like, what happened to that part? Like, we don't do that no more.
We
So,
don't
am
do
I
real
wrong for
dates.
what?
Everybody want to Netflix and chill. No, brother, I want to go on a date. Take me and let me say it while we on air. I do not mind the Cheesecake Factory.
Oh, I don't mind the Cheesecake Factory either. I like dessert. So hand me my slice. I'm gonna get my little
Shoot.
pasta. I'm gonna go to Cheesecake Factory. I've had plenty of dates at the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah,
I don't
like
know if I'm that
that's
picky. Like whoever, if you know me, I don't eat really bad food. So you will know what type of place to take me to anyway. In the first place, that's how I feel. If somebody's really putting the effort into it, and y'all really are trying to have a date, then you're gonna put the effort into taking me to what I like. So,
yeah.
not being like that, but yeah, I eat the Cheesecake Factory desserts and all.
Yeah,
I
but
like it. So yeah,
I had to do a plug for the women that don't feel like the Cheesecake Factory is enough. It's enough.
it's
I'm
enough.
and for me it ain't even about the where. It's about the thought you put into it, the intention you
Yeah,
put
I'm just
into it. You
yeah,
know what I'm
me
saying?
too.
Like
Like shoot. I can eat chicken at 2 in the morning after the club. A hot
Waffle
little
House,
sandwich
we
off
done
the
did
food
it.
truck.
Off the
Yeah,
food
Waffle
truck.
House
Wa-
serving me through that little window. All that good stuff. Like I don't even. We pulling up to Waffle House, babe. Yeah, okay, bet that up. Like I'm okay with that.
We've
Like
done
I'm
it.
good with that. But what about some chatter break real quickie?
Uh-oh, chatter check in.
Chatter check, check check.
What's happening in the news?
Ooh, I hate the news. No, I don't hate the news. Let me stop saying I don't hate the news. I like the news. It's very informative. But man, it's so messy, y'all. Ooh, it's just really messy.
There's a
I don't like
lot
it, but it's messy.
of
But we gonna
there's
talk
a
about it though,
we're gonna talk
because
about it.
it's a good one.
So
Yep. Let's roll. Let's roll. Let's roll.
I know y'all been up on the Jonathan Majors and Megan Good saga.
This is
So
such a good one.
it's a good one. It's a good one. Here's my thing. Okay, y'all. So this, I mean, we gotta go here because we have grew up in the era of ride or die. Like I done been a rider for my baby daddy. Like y'all, I done rolled out for the baby daddy. But
10 toes, 10 fingers, the
but
head, the car.
did you hear what I said? My baby daddy.
Yeah, not even the husband. I heard all that. I
Okay.
wasn't gonna
So
address it.
so so y'all, anybody, listeners, whoever is there, do y'all feel like I just want to know, do y'all feel like Megan riding for Jonathan Majors was that a was that a thing? Like should she have done that? Like would y'all do that? I mean, I don't know. First of all, the fact that you throwing hands or whatever you doing is a little scary. So what's y'all's take on that? Y'all, what's your take on it? What's your take on the fact that she really wrote for him? She cried in court. She did the whole nine.
Did we
I ain't
see?
even crying for my baby
Did,
daddies. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all know I didn't cry.
let me
Now
tell
I might
y'all.
have ride, I might ride, but I ain't crying.
We gonna play it. We gonna roll it real quick, and then I'm gonna tell y'all what I think about this situation.
All right.
Please turn your cameras off. Photography.
Jonathan, what are your responses to the allegations? Jonathan, do you have any response? How will you clear your name? Megan, why is it important to stand by Jonathan today? Do you agree to witch hunt, Jonathan?
They holding hands. They was holding hands and stuff. They was serious. She was standing by his side. I don't know. Was that like Hollywood money to make you do that or something or something or something? I mean, because they don't have any ties. They don't have no kids. Supposedly they're not married, but I just seen something where it says they were married. So again, that takes it back to you, Avian, where you said we done stayed 10 toes down and they wasn't even our husbands. And so here she is staying 10 toes down Is this the husband or is this just a thing? Like, did you leave Mr. Preacher Guy to come over to this? Is this what we doing? And that's what I'm saying. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, y'all, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm so down for the cause. If this is your man, like your husband, man, like if this is your man, like he coming home to you, like y'all have this foundation set, then yeah, you gonna rock 10 toes down. Everybody knows I'm Bonnie and Clyde all day. But what I'm not gonna do is be riding for no buster. Nope, I'm already knowing 20 days in, like if this is gonna work or not. If you're leaving me in any form or fashion, it's out for me. That's just my personal opinion where I'm at in my life right now. If you would have called me 20 years ago, I might give you 2 years, Jonathan. I might, let's see if the court thing work out. I don't know. I might give you a little time. But like in real life, I ain't got that time no more, and it's a no for me. Straight up, it's a no for me. I'm not. Nope, I'm not doing it.
Yeah, that one.
Nah.
Like
She might got time. I don't. I ain't got time.
She might, and I'm with you there because
You're making
again,
good. Like, what we doing?
you can have
Like,
so
what we
many.
doing? Like, what
You
we
got
doing?
options. You got
And I'm not
options.
saying he's a bad dude, but let him do what he needs to do. Let him heal and go through it. You just came out of something. That's how I feel. Like, here we just came out of something, jumping
Exactly.
into something that's probably even more detriment. Like, what we doing? Like, I don't want to keep taking trauma into trauma. I'm not doing that. I just don't want it.
So here,
That's just not
John,
where I'm
really,
at.
really quick from one of our
Chatter,
viewers.
chatter. Yeah.
One of our viewers said, and we talk about healing. We go back to that. He said you have to be honest with yourself in healing because it can become bitterness as well. When you say healing, it has to be that you want it.
That you want the healing.
That you want the healing. You can't just
That
talk
you want
about
the
it. It has
healing,
to-
and that's what it was for me. Like, my healing was because I wanted it. You know how we always hear these things, we have to break the cycles? Well, we actually have to break those cycles. Like, that's the what for me. Like, I have to break these cycles in order for me to get to these next levels, in order for my kids to get to some other levels. Like, I have to break some cycles in order for some things not to repeat themselves, which means I need to be more strategic about what I'm doing, what I'm seeing, how I'm carrying myself, what my next movements are. All those things play a part in my next level ups. Like, that all means something to me now, different than what it probably meant to me 20 years ago when I thought it was okay to thug it out with somebody, when I thought it was okay to stay 10 toes down, when I thought it was okay because you didn't put some money on my books. Like, what are you talking about to me? Like,
Yeah.
I done lost the house before. I done lost them cars before. I done lost money before. Like, what does all that mean now where I'm sitting at in my life? None of it meant nothing. So going forward, I have to be better in this. I'm not taking no shorts. And she was like, dang, Jan, you so hard. It's not about me being hard. It's about me knowing where I stand, where I'm at, what I'm worth, what I'm doing, and where I'm going. I'm not taking no shortcuts. I just
So
can't,
then-
and I won't.
And with that, that goes to the what in our new year, new who. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about understanding and fulfilling your needs.
Yeah.
Like what, you know what I'm saying? Because when I think about that,
Fulfilling my
first,
needs.
first of all, what does Avi need, right?
Yeah,
What
what
do
do- what
I,
is that?
what does that look like for me? What are the needs that I have? I need peace. See what I'm saying? Because we,
Ooh,
you know, we don't
yes.
talk about the stuff
Balance.
that's not physical, tangible things. I need
Right.
peace. And you know what I'm saying? We'll go back to the spiritual side of things because y'all know me. I love the
Yep.
Lord. It is what it is. I don't care what you think.
Come
but
on,
for me,
preachers,
I
right.
don't just need, not no more. But
Come
I don't
on,
just need,
preachers, wife.
I don't just need peace. I need the peace that surpasses all understanding, which means I need the peace of God.
Yes.
So I
yes.
don't need peace that man understands
And respect
and
that of me.
yeah, and that can be like, oh, okay, well, that looks like peace to you. No, the kind of peace I'm seeking is a peace that nobody else can understand. That means that when I walk into a room, I'm not bothered. When I have a situation that looks like I'm about to fail, I'm not bothered by that because I have a
Right.
different type of peace.
Right.
But there's also steps to getting to that place too, right? Because it's not just waking up and saying, oh, I need peace. Yes, I pray for this peace constantly. But then also on top of that, I have to position myself
Oh, absolutely.
to be able to
Position
be in this
matters.
place of peace. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I have to be in a place where I can receive the peace that I'm looking for. You know what I'm saying? I can't be out there in no junk. I can't move the way I used to move if I want peace. You know what I'm saying? It has to look different if I want different. You know what I'm saying? So when I think about what I need, like I said, peace is ultimate. Right now in my life, I want peace. I want happiness.
Yes.
And that
That
doesn't
too.
necessarily mean with somebody else, y'all. I need to be
Yep,
happy
just with
with
yourself.
me. With me,
Even
yeah.
balance, and that's what I was saying too, just like straightening up around the house, moving things around, just even having cleanliness, a balance in something just in myself helps me clear those next decisions, those next choices. um,
And
Balance
setting,
is important this year.
and then you have to set tangible goals. I'm a big person on. I'm not like usually. I'm gonna set a 5 year goal. I'm gonna set a 10 year goal like that. I set tangible goals for myself because
Yeah, me
sometimes
too.
things get so far ahead of you that you miss it or you forget
Right,
it or you don't
absolutely.
revisit it. So if I set tangible goals, then I can reach those goals. And I say, okay, you know what? I did that little thing. Like for me, a tangible goal was I'm starting this podcast this year.
Absolutely. Checkmate. That was
Checkmate.
a good tangible goal.
Done. You know what I'm saying? Now it's going to be the consistency in it. Now it's going to be like, okay, help it to stay afloat. You know what I'm saying? But it has to be
Doing the
tangible
work.
things.
Right.
Yeah, girl, because give me a moment. I'll take a nap and whatever I was doing is not happening. Like it is real. I am that person. Or again, going back to I'm a person that I have so many irons in the fire that I just got too much going on.
And that's what I was saying about evaluating what is next. That's the same with me. Having too many pots, like so much is going on. What is gonna really make sense moving forward? What is really gonna be the next it thing, or what do I really need to be focused on so I'm not so cluttered? Like,
Yeah.
if that means I have to let something go or one of the businesses go or something to happen, then it just is what it is so that I can balance out. Having too much on your plate can also just take away from your focus. Like, just doing too much and you're distracted, we're not moving anywhere. I don't want to
Right.
be cluttered this year. I don't want that. I'm
So
trying to
now
have clean, fresh air,
I
some nice
am
green plants. I want all that.
right, and they cannot thrive. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
I want all
But
that.
here's something I was thinking about. Because I know we talk about here on the Candid Collective, we dive into relationships a lot. And it's not we're not bashing men, we're not bashing
Yeah, no, I
relationships.
love men.
We ain't.
Oh
Me
my gosh,
too.
let me tell y'all. Wait, can we take 2 seconds before? Because some of the comments last time was like, "Oh my god, like who hurt her feelings? Woo woo, who hurt? Nobody. Ain't nobody hurt my feelings. I'm not saying that my feelings have not been hurt. I didn't say that. But what I'm
But this is
saying
not
is
coming out
no,
of
I
a place
love
of
love,
hurt.
and it's not like that. I love relationships. We just got to get it right. We just talking about, what we done been through, what it looks like on our end, what it looks like from our little lenses. That's all. So I love
Exactly.
love. It's
So while
special.
you're talking about that, how about evolving love languages? Have you
Ooh,
ever thought about?
oh my gosh, wait. I don't even know if. Let me tell you. So I have this book about love languages, and it was
Mhm.
something I got like 12 years ago, like years ago. And it's so much more efficient to me now, where I'm at now, that I'm paying attention. Then I probably wasn't paying attention, and I went back to keep reading the book. And love languages are important. It is
Very
very
much.
important
So here's
to
something I learned
understand those.
because I know my love language, but a lot of people don't take the time. And some people think that
Yeah.
it's dumb, right? Some people are like, "Oh yeah, that means nothing." And that's not true
No, it does
because
mean
you
everything,
can love somebody in the wrong love, try and love them in the wrong love language and be trying to
and it
figure out
doesn't
why
work.
you're not getting anywhere. Yeah, um I was talking or I saw posted somewhere where somebody said, "Love people in their love language, not yours."
And not yours. Yes, absolutely. That's
Like
all I be trying to say sometimes. I'm sorry I be acting up, but dang, love me back because I love you.
look, yeah, you know what I'm saying. And it's not a bad thing because it's not saying that people don't love you. It's just that a lot of people don't know how to love you
In your language.
in your
I,
language.
I very much agree with that. And you have to, that comes into studying your person, or studying that relationship. And this just isn't in a relationship like that. This could be in your friendship. Like, I know how to deal with each of my friends accordingly. Like, I know what all my besties want. I know how they act. Like, I know what to do, like, in those situations when I'm with them. So that's about me studying my relationships, my persons. I know how to deal with my coworkers when I'm at work. I know how to deal accordingly to what I'm dealing with. So that means I have to learn those patterns. So that's very important that you learn your your love language in your relationship, you know, with your
Even
other
with your
person.
kids. Even with your
Even with your
kids.
kids, because all four of mine is different. Ooh,
Because
definitely with the children.
and you know what? My kids always say, "You're different with that kid than you are with me."
And I
Yeah,
am.
because they are a different person than you. So that means that
That's right.
even in the way I parent them, I have to parent them different than you. The rules are the same, but I parent them different than I parent you because
Yeah, I
this person
agree.
may need a little more than you need. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
You know, like for me, I'm big on, you know, I always tell people, man, just pay attention to my love language. Like you'll have me if you pay attention to my love language. My love language is not gifts, y'all. I love shoes. Don't get me wrong, but it is not my love language. Like, dude, like I love shoes. Anybody that know me
And
know
she
that.
loves Starbucks
And I
cups
love
and
Starbucks and
like
socks.
I know my friend, like for real.
Right, but that's not my love language. My love
Right.
language is acts of service. Like it is. It really is. You know what I'm saying? Do something for me that take a burden off of me. That I don't think that I can, you know, I can do it for myself, but it will kind of ease my mind if you did it. That's the kind of stuff that speaks to me. That speaks to
Yeah.
my heart. You know what I'm saying? And words of, you know what? I didn't think this was my thing until recently. Words of affirmation, Jan. Like I
Definitely an
just at
affirmation.
this age, you know, because you got the little fupa in the front, you got the little extra wrinkles. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, dang, I think I need to hear I'm beautiful. I think I need to hear like
Girl,
this.
don't it mean so much? It be the small things for me.
It is so real. Like I didn't even before I was like, I don't care. It ain't words of affirmation. No, no, stroke my ego a little bit. I need that. How about
Oh
this?
yeah, I'm a Leo, so that lion in me loves
Yeah,
to be
rub your
purred and
man, rub
petted
your
and
man.
affirmed and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Like that stuff means the
No.
world to me. Like that is just my love language, to some degree, you know. So
Yeah, that's my
um,
secondary for sure. It's my secondary. So, and I'm learning that as I get older, I am learning that that is not something that I've always been in tune to. So, in learning that, then also I know how to set the right expectations.
yeah, I like that. The expectations. We didn't even get into that real good, but we will.
And
Um,
we're here. We're here.
because the expectations and requirements, you know, in going into 2024, a lot of the times we set expectations, but are we turning them into actual requirements for where we want to be? Instead of it being an expectation, this might just be a requirement for what I need to move forward instead of it being the expectation. That's just stepping me up and holding me accountable to what, you know, I'm stating, or, you know, what my goal is or what I'm working towards or whatnot. So,
How does that look in your
um,
relationships, Jan? Because I know that a
oh
lot of
my
times us as
God, that looks
women,
like crap. Like, I mean, for the kids in that way, you know, look, kids,
no,
this
I'm
is
talking
what,
about your relationships,
you
Jan, with the
know,
man, with the your partner, male,
oh my gosh,
what
like,
whatever we're doing. Because here's the reality of it, right? We set expectations sometimes that are so high that it's not fair to people. It is not fair. Like, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so now I will say this, y'all don't take it at face value, but I, you know, this I've been known to know about this. Setting an expectation intentionally too high because you don't want to,
yeah, we
you know,
crash about. As my daughter says, well,
yeah.
you set me up on this pedestal. I didn't ask to be up on the pedestal. And we tend to do that. We tend to have all these great expectations. And the other person was like, I didn't tell you that. I didn't say that's not, you know,
Yeah,
you're on two different pages. You're on two different pages, you
it's
know. But
real.
I
It's
think
real.
that's a part of the communication process up front. Hey, these are my requirements. This is what I'm looking for. This is what I can take. This is what I can take. Maybe this is what I'm dealing with. You know, I
This is
just
what
think
I'll
that's all.
compromise on, right?
This is what I can compromise on. This is that honesty there allows everybody to make that choice. You know, either I can rock with this or no. This is something I want to explore or no. You know, give me that option. So
Yeah,
I rather
yeah.
be upfront you know. Instead, don't let me have to come back and confess it later. I don't want to do that.
That part.
I don't want to come back and confess nothing months later when you like, oh, I didn't know you liked that. Oh, I didn't know you were into
But I
women.
told you.
I did, but I did. I
told you. You just didn't listen.
You just didn't catch it that way. That wasn't your interpretation. So
You thought we were just having basic conversation. I don't even know who you thought we was talking about, because if we're in a conversation with me and you, you know I'm talking about this is me. And it goes back to even like years
me
later,
or at
like,
least one of my other persons in me. I don't know. I'm just saying,
Nah.
like, I might be, I'm going to be me. You might catch Tanya. You might catch this. I'm just saying, like, all of me, though. I'm
All
going to
of
need you to
me.
know that up front.
every personality.
Every personality. So since we're talking about that, let's go into some confession time.
Candid confessions, baby.
I don't know if I was even gonna like this, to be honest, y'all. She done sprung this one on me. I was like, ooh, candid confession. That sounded so good until I figured out what it was.
That you in the hot seat this
Yeah, I
week,
was
y'all.
not. I didn't
So-
even agree on this, fam. I did not.
So, collective fam, here's the thing. Candid confessions. I want you
Did you
guys
say
to get
10? What did you
10.
say?
I said candid confessions. I said
Oh, I
fam.
thought you said 10. I was like, I am not confessing 10 things tonight. It's not happening, girl. I don't care. I'm not
I wouldn't
doing
do that.
it.
I wouldn't do
Not
that.
tonight.
But I just want to give a little, because I want our followers to be involved. Y'all send your questions for the host. We will add them to Candid Confessions. Y'all ask the questions. We will answer them on air.
Oh my
We want to
gosh.
make sure y'all engage. We want to answer your questions. I don't care what it is. We'll answer it, and it's truthful.
It will be truthful.
It
Because
will
I
be
don't know
truthful.
any other way to answer things. And sometimes I don't mean it. It's just how you ask and I answer it that way. It's just what it is, I suppose.
All right. So without further ado, Aiyana's in the hot seat.
Oh my goodness. I'm
Candid
not ready.
confessions. All right, y'all. Number one, what's a relationship deal breaker for you that others might find surprising? Keep it sweet and short.
Wait. Oh my gosh, I have so many. Wait.
No, just
Okay.
one.
Well,
We just
one
need one.
deal breaker for me is if I'm married.
No. No, before the marriage. This
Wait.
is just before the marriage. That's because
Oh
you can't really break no deals in the marriage. So before the marriage, come on now.
Yes, I can. But okay, so a deal breaker for me is oh my goodness. A deal breaker for me. Oh my gosh, Avi.
Marcus, we ain't got no Jeopardy music. Da-na-na-na.
A deal breaker for me is not working, not being a provider.
Okay.
That's
See?
a deal breaker for me.
And that's not really surprising. I could see that for you. But good one. Number two. Have you ever kept a major secret in a relationship? What was it and why?
Throw up. Yes, absolutely. Why'd I keep the secret? Because I felt
What was
like
it first? What was it? What was the secret? How you gonna tell us why you kept it if you don't tell us what it was?
But what does it matter now? That doesn't even matter now.
Candid confessions.
Oh my gosh. So
What
I'm a
was the
huge I like to shop. So I opened up a credit card in their name and I shopped a lot. And then we didn't even end up together.
Oh no. Okay, that's a good one. Y'all hear that? Yada. I don't even know why I'm surprised, but it's funny.
What do you
All
mean?
right.
I'm just saying. You asked me what it was. That was it.
I've known you for 30 years. We ain't gonna even talk about it. Let's go to the next one. If you could give your younger self one piece of relationship advice, what would it be?
Ooh, slow down. Slow down. I can remember you mentioned something earlier where you said healing in between relationships. I can remember my dad telling me that sometimes, like, Jan, take your time, like, date you first or be with you first, get with you first before you move into something else. And so that's what I would tell my younger self. Slow down. Sometimes I feel like I moved so fast that I missed some things, and so I'm just now catching up or catching back on. So I would tell my younger self to slow down just a little bit. I was fast, a little fast.
I think we all were.
I was a little fast. So
We
that's
came
what I
from
would
the,
tell my younger me.
we came from a time of fast.
We did. It was
I
rolling
mean,
so fast.
look
New
at
Jack City fast. It was
New
rolling,
Jack City
girl.
fast.
We was
Yeah.
rolling.
I mean, look at most of us had our kids at what, 16?
I know. That's what I'm
Our
saying.
first
Like,
babies at
honestly,
16. We was fast.
yeah. Like, my
So,
rule for the kids is nobody bring me grandkids until they're at least 30. Like, I'm not trying to be, like, no offense to any of my peoples who are already, nanas and grannies, G-moms, whatever y'all call yourselves or whatever, but I'm not ready to do that yet because I'm still, I'm still doing my part. So I don't want to be like granny yet. Like, I'm not there yet. Like, I don't
all
want to do that
right.
part. So.
Well, thank you, Yanni, for your
No, she
confessions.
didn't say thank you for my confession. Since I need to go into the confession booth so I can confess about how you just did this to me. But yeah,
We thank you for coming forth with your confessions. Until next
just on the
time.
hot spot.
Until next time, we'll see who's on the hot seat. I'm sure it'll be me. But thank you. On to the
Okay,
next.
we'll be talking. Chicka chicka
Ready.
chicka.
As we're finishing that. All right. So let's talk about timing for personal growth. Well, is there a time? I know you talked about slowing down, which actually just that was kind of perfect because you talked about you talking to your younger self during your confessions, talking to your younger self about slowing down. Um, is there a timing on personal growth? Would you say that? I
No.
know for me, I'm better now, better equipped in my growth area now than I was. I would even say last year. You know what I'm saying? So I think that every year, for me, I get a little better in my personal growth, sticking to my guns, doing what I say I'm gonna do, meaning what I say I'm gonna do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, for real. Like, I could recall some times where I was not ready. Like, personal growth was not a thing for me. And I was married in that. Or I didn't focus on that. I didn't even focus on those aspects of okay, look at it like this, self-identity. I didn't know who I was outside of that marriage.
Oh yeah. That too.
I didn't know
Knowing who
who
we
I was.
still are. People
Yeah.
used to look at me when I used to be like, "Well, I'm just relearning me. Like, I'm trying to relearn that part. Like, I don't, I'm trying to come back around, or whatever the case may be." But that's a real thing.
Yeah. But you're talking about not like 1 year, not like 2 years, like 15 years coming out of that and having to tell yourself, like, I need to know who Avi is. I went through a period where I had to be okay looking in the mirror at the woman that I saw
Yeah.
and not feeling ashamed of her,
Come on. Mm-hmm.
not being embarrassed because I've allowed myself to be in certain situations,
As a
not
woman, as a
as a
mom,
woman,
all
as a
that.
mom. Yeah, like
Mm-hmm.
that was like I had to go through that process of standing there and saying, you know what, I'm proud of you. I
Right.
love you. I respect you. You know what I'm saying? Because I wasn't always there. And for me, that's personal growth. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Um,
absolutely. Taking the what? Accountability? Did we not talk about this the other day? Like, do women take accountability in relationships? We
oh,
absolutely do. Not even just in relationships, but for me, I've taken the accountability just within myself. Yeah, Jan, you probably could have handled that differently. Ooh, girl, you got a quick tongue. Like, I know there's some things that I probably could have been or handled just a little bit differently before I went off the way that I did, but I'll take accountability for that part of me.
do
I'll
you
take
feel like you?
accountability for not being like the bestest wife or feeling like I didn't probably, do everything that I should have did versus in his eyes. I may have done it my way in my eyes, but that may not have been how he seen things. So, but I do take accountability for my actions.
But is
If
there
I'm
really
wrong,
a
I'm wrong.
thing? Is there really a such thing as? Because here we go. All right, so I'll ask you
I
this.
do.
I'll rephrase it. Do you feel like you were the fall for any of your relationships due to not taking accountability? Or see, we don't want to. So you didn't play you didn't play no part. You didn't play
I
no
played a
part in
part,
the
but I didn't play the end part because for me, see, them Leos is little baby. We stay until the wheels fall off like Megan Good, 10 toes down until the motherfucking prison walls shut. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's in a different way. I'm loyal in a different way. So a lot of times I was hanging on when I should have been let go. First bid, second bid, third bid. I mean, what we talking here? Like, no, nope.
no, but you're accountable for your part in your relationships and the things that you could have done differently. Because
Yes.
I know I have to. John, I am one of the people, like I always tell people, like, I know this is me. I am a private person. I don't, I'll talk about the hard stuff sometimes, you know what I'm saying? And I'm
No.
getting better with that. But I know that can cause issues in relationships too. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a disconnect in communication. So you talk about
But
accountability.
when do you talk about the hard stuff? Is that something you talk about pre you getting deep into these relationships? Because that's my thing. A lot of people tell me the same thing, like how you're saying you're real private. You're real private. I'm real private until I give you that invite for me to spit that out to you or to open up into that nature. So my question is, when is that time? How do we know? Like, when is that right time to open up to you to where I feel safe to even open up to you about things like that?
Man,
Because not all the time do I feel that you're worthy of me even open up and about who I
you
am. Like,
said it.
I'm not
You
giving
said
you that.
that. You said it. You hit it on the head. First of all, our partners, our people need to provide a safe space for us,
Safe space.
because a lot of times it's very difficult coming from the time that we've come from, um, to find that you can trust people with you.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust a lot of people with me. Like,
I
I don't
don't.
trust a lot of people with, you might know me, you might know of me, but I don't trust a lot of people with me.
I
And
sure don't.
if
That
I have put,
vulnerability is real.
yeah, that's real.
Like,
That's
being
real.
vulnerable is a whole different ball game these days for me, especially understanding what it is and how far I've come and what I've come out of. Like, being vulnerable with somebody, I don't take that lightly at all. Like, and
Right.
I'm not going to. So you don't get to know all of me. That's why I stay AK Tanya all day, every day. Like, you're not getting all of me because you don't deserve that yet. Unless I know I'm investing in you. If I'm not investing in you, what are we doing? Like, you don't get to get those pieces of me. It's not, no, it's
Yeah.
a no for me.
It's almost like you got your rib cage and you got that one little rib missing. That's your
What? That
vulnerable
thorn in
spot.
it? Ding, ding. Mm-hmm.
That vulnerable spot. You know, and I was just talking to somebody about vulnerability recently, and how it even affects you in your sex life.
Ooh. Definitely affects.
You know why? Because, and then I'm a control person. Like control. So control is tough for me to let, because I have always taken care of myself. I'm an only child. It's the way it is. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So me being in control of my surroundings, my situation, all of that, it spills over into that part of my life.
I can
Um,
see that.
and and then you wonder why women, we're not able to release, because we can't be vulnerable with you.
Hmm.
It's tied into it. It's tied
Hmm.
into it. If
I
we're
believe
safe
all
with,
that because we can't relax.
we can't relax. We can't relax. So if
What's
we're
my other
able,
favorite word, Ivy? Organic.
it's not
Like,
organic. Yeah.
and it's not because it feels so forced. I had that conversation before, like when you're meeting people or you're on these dates and whatnot, and then the first thing you're drawn to is either my physical of my body or wanting to sleep with me. That's the complete turnoff right there. Like, it's not organic. It's so forced. So now you end up in these situations that you truly don't want to be in. So that's my point. Again, when do we stop just repeating those cycles of, dang, I really didn't want to sleep with a girl, but I did anyway? Like, what? No. not
then men
doing it.
wonder why
Like
you're
it's
not
not gonna work for me.
we're not why women are no longer getting emotionally attached to men because we are not vulnerable enough. So we don't trust you. So there's no,
Emotionally attached.
it used to be women were emotional and men were physical, and now you're seeing more women that can turn off that emotional, especially when it comes to, so I go back to when it comes to sex, because we cannot trust, I'm not speaking for every woman, but a lot of women that I've talked to can't trust a man enough to be vulnerable, to allow our emotions to come forward. Why? Because then a lot of them turn around and use it
Say
against you.
even in their marriages,
Even in your
husbands,
marriages,
even in
yes.
the marriage, like very a lot of women don't trust that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, and again, we speak a lot of times from a place of experience. So,
Yeah.
for people that don't think that, we're not just talking off the top of our head. Like, a lot of the things that we talk about are from experience,
Yeah.
and we've gone down this road, and we've experienced the lack of um, connection. I will call
Yes.
it that connection with the person that should be your person. You know what I'm saying?
That the person that should be my safe space, the
Should be a
person I
safe
should be
space.
able to run to, the person I should be able to come talk to, the person who should not be judging me, the person who should be holding my hand, the person who should scold me and come back and hug me. Like I said last time, we gonna sleep with this pillow and we gonna eat these wings, and you better go put some gas in my car in the morning, and I'm gonna have dinner done by Sunday at 7 o'clock.
Right.
You
But
know,
it,
like
but it's
real
not
talk.
but it's not like that anymore. Um, you might find some
It's not like that because we're not
unicorns.
making it like that.
We're not again back to
That's a
the
part of my
expectations.
requirement.
Is a requirement expectation. I expect a man to be a man. I don't expect you to be I don't expect you to be standing in front of me looking like a man, dressed like a man, and not be a man.
Come
I have an
on.
expectation that you're going to be a man.
Come on. Or y'all could go put on a dress. I mean, I'm just saying I got plenty of those too. Like whatever y'all want to do. Like
So
I'm
when
just
I meet
saying.
somebody and you are coming to me as a man, I expect you to be a man. That means that you do the things that men do. Men are protectors. I ain't telling you come
They're
in and pay
supposed
my
to be
bills. They're
protectors.
supposed to be protectors. Don't be running behind, bro. Don't be running behind me when something break off. Like, don't go hiding and ducking behind me talking about you got your gun. No, I don't. You got your fist? Like, didn't they teach you in the schoolyard? Like, what we doing? But
What we
no, but
do?
but no, really in that regard, when it comes to expectations and requirements, I expect you to be exactly what you portray to be. Here we go. I had a person talk to me today and said that she married. What did I say? The representative.
Oh,
So don't be the representative. Don't. Oh my God, that
we gotta
that might
watch
be.
out for the representatives.
Wow, about for the representatives.
Gotta watch
Like
out for that. Yeah,
I
that
had never
gatekeeper
even
though.
heard that. I had
Mm-hmm.
never heard that put that way. She said, "I married the representative." Now here we are, 6 years later, and the man that I married is not the
It's
man that
not
I
that same
have.
person. But are
And it goes
you?
both ways. It goes both
Yeah,
ways.
and that's what I
Like
was gonna
it goes
say.
both
But is
ways.
she? Are we the same people? But this is my thing. Where we don't have to be the same people 5 years later if we're evolving together, if we're
Right.
growing together, if
Very
our
true.
marriage or relationship is evolving, then we're doing something right. It's the issue when we stop doing that. When the plant stops growing, like when it stops getting greener, like that's something's wrong. Like that's the problem, and we
It's called
tend to
stagnant. When you're
the
stagnant,
stag
when you're
we don't
stagnant, and
address it
yeah,
early enough sometimes, or like us women, we just suppress it all down. Oh girl, he just yeah, I'm gonna eat it like Megan Good. No,
yeah,
no.
yeah, yeah. So
I guess
again,
that's my 2024. Since we finna wrap it up and go into some raw advice, it's a big no for me. Like a lot of things are a big no, and we have to be. It's not being mean or anything, but that's that boundary line. It's a no for me on a lot of things, and that keeps me in alignment with where I'm moving forward for this year. I can't keep letting it in or taking in all that because I'm not letting enough space in for the new stuff to be here. Like I can't do that.
right.
You know,
So
some people won't get unblocked for 2024 all day. I don't
I
care. You
know
won't get the
exactly.
number.
There
It's
there
just
is
I won't
no
even. I don't even
no.
know who you are. Like straight up.
And I'm not unblocking nobody that I blocked,
Oh,
so
I'm
it
not
ain't no
unblocking you, and
2024.
that's
If
yeah,
you
we
was
not
blocked, you're
unblocking.
blocked for a reason. You're staying there. Um,
Go like
yeah.
our YouTube page though.
Like our YouTube page. But let me give y'all some raw advice. Let's do a quick recap again. Collective fam, I'm so glad that y'all tuned in tonight. I know y'all caught my little cheesy video out there. Who cares?
Yeah,
I'm
cause
I'm
it's
working on
cold
it. It's
outside,
cold
girl.
outside. One thing I want y'all to just keep in your mind, establish healthy boundaries. It is so important. That's something
Ooh,
that we talked about.
yeah.
Embrace change because change is inevitable. And then also cultivate self-awareness, like big time. Know who you are, know what you want, know where you're going. You know what I'm saying? If you gotta
And know
get
your
your
why.
know your why. And if you're working on an escape plan, do that thing, girl. And watch out for the
hmm
representatives while you
Everybody
at
need
it.
an exit plan, whether it's from work, business, life exit.
Yes, yes.
Make sure them papers is in place, people.
Make sure you got your you together. That's what I'm saying. So, yes, thank you guys for tuning in to the Candid Collective with
New
my with
year,
me and
new
my girl
who?
Yanni. Yes, next you guys stay tuned. Next time we are going to be doing our Candid panel. We're looking forward to it in February. So make sure you tell your friends, tell your aunties,
Yeah,
your
that one's
uncles,
going hard, y'all.
everybody to go and subscribe. Not just like, follow, subscribe, YouTube, Facebook. Oh, and we got a TikTok. All right, until next time. See y'all later. Peace out.